Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're just about to join the highway into Paphos. We're heading in from the workshop. We can sneak onto the bypass, which we are just about to do, and very, very shortly you're going to get a spectacality of a view indeed, straight across the rooftops of Midtown Paphos. So stick with us, don't click off just yet. We're on the Limassol bypass and we are, well, according to the sign here, what are we, 8 kilometres from Paphos. So in English money, that's around about 5 miles, isn't it? There we are. See, now and again you get to learn something, how to change kilometres into miles. I think it's 16 kilometres to 10 miles. And I think if I'm correct, 100 kilometres is 62.5. So if you want to know the 0 to 60 on the Jag, it's around about 6.2 seconds. Not that we drive very quickly. Now and again we have to boot it at the traffic lights, as Lady Andrea understands, because unfortunately now and again she gets it wrong with the timing and she flicks them to red. So luckily we're living in Cyprus and we can boot it through those red traffic lights. But unfortunately, apparently, it's very similar in downtown Krakow, because our girl in charge of all of the legalities on the little channel known as Marika and me, and of course that's Lady Anna, our superstar. She's the greatest lawyer in the world and she lives just outside Krakow, and she tells us that people like to go through red traffic lights in Poland as well. I think it's a commonality all over the world, isn't it? We shouldn't do it, but unfortunately we get frustrated and irated when we're driving around in cars because of all of the congestion. And now look at the congestion. Alison, can you see it? Dizzy Blonde, can you see it? Look at the traffic. Absolutely terrible. 9:15 in the morning on a Saturday, and well, it's gridlock, isn't it? Absolute gridlock traffic in downtown Paphos. So we've got to be very careful because there could be speed camera vans around and those kind of things. Now we're going to exit. Shall we not? No. I tell you what, I'm just going to exit here because my brother's gone to the petrol station to top up the fuel on a car that we're going to deliver to Paya. Yes, Lady Ali, if you're listening, we're en route to Paya. That's where we're actually going to go. But we're not going to turn off here because that will disrupt the view, because the view is about to come up right now. Feast your eyes and digest. Look at that. That is Paphos in the distance on a truly, truly spectacality of a morning indeed. We're in the middle of October, if you're curious, and the temperature, wow, 24 degrees at 9:15 in the morning. There's a slight breeze and the humidity is, well, low, shall we say. So it really is a spectacality of a day. And if you're coming to Paphos, well, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe, because Paphos Cyprus, Marika and me, the island of love, is waiting especially for you. And it really is a great place to come. If you're coming for a week, a fortnight, or perhaps even the rest of your life, this has got to be at the top of your list. Cyprus is a great place to live. It really is. It's, well, what's the word? Lax, shall we say. Lax on speeding. Although on speeding now, they are cracking down on us. There's no doubt about that. Luckily for me, I don't tend to speed because, well, you don't get there any faster, do you? People realise that, especially when they get pulled over for speeding, and then they're another 15 minutes late. So what was the point to start with? Here we are. This is the Limassol roundabout. We are going to take a left and we're going to head downhill. What's coming up into the viewfinder? Well, there's a bankrupt former shopping centre right in front of us, although someone is doing it up a little bit, so you never know. There might be some new shops opening up there very soon. Just after that is the car wash. It's called DKM Car Wash, and DKS Car Wash. It's quite a good car wash. I go there probably once a week. Not my favourite car wash, but it is probably the second favourite car wash. Big pothole coming up, look at that, wow. Even the air suspension on the Jaguar can't iron that one out. And then coming up here on the left, of great interest to a lot of people, especially if your name's Lady Andrea, that's going to be the new Goodies fast food outlet. And it's a big one. Oh, it's a big one. And of course they're going to specialise in anything from burgers to kebabs to pork wraps and you name it, ice creams and all those kind of things. It's going to be a great hangout, there's no doubt about that. When it opens, we'll go in there and see if we can make a special video just for you. But in the meantime, just on the left is Uptown McDonald's, and then just over there on the left is the Neon Mall of Paphos, and that was the former Mall of Paphos, but then it went bankrupt in about 2012, but now it's reopened, and it's well, having a massive makeover, there's no doubt about that. Little supermarkets coming in there in the next few weeks. There's 1 or 2 shops in there at the moment, a great coffee shop, by the way. And on top of that, they're going to double its size and build 3,000 square metres of new shops. And then there's a massive open air car park and a massive underground car park. So that could certainly rival the main Mall of Paphos, which is currently the Kingsmall Avenue Mall, which we're going to come past in about 5 minutes. If you stick with us, we'll be heading past it. But what a beautiful day it is. I can't stress it enough. The heat of the summer has finally gone. We're into autumn. Of course, autumn to most people in Northern Europe, in Cyprus, of course, is equivalent to their summer. So this is the perfect time of year. And there's a couple of guys going to relocate to Cyprus, Paphos in particular, in about, what, 6 weeks, is it, Dirk? Yeah, Mr. Dirk, Mr. Michael, yeah. They'll be coming from Northern Germany. They're frantically selling off all the bits and bobs they don't want and packing all the things they do want. And they're coming to live in Konya, which is just off the Limassol roundabout. And we're looking forward to seeing them again. And you never know, we might get to do a bit of dancing and singing and romancing in the downtown Ked of Paphos harbour. And you never know, we might get to do a little bit of Romeo and Juliet-ing. We might do, yeah, because Dirk and Michael do like a cigar or two, or a bit of lardy-darring, shall we say, especially if your name's Sir Bernie and there's a girl in your life called Lady Jan. Let's keep going, let's keep to the speed limits. This one on the inside is getting a little bit too slow, so probably on a mobile phone. Let's just check, have a quick look in. Yep, she's got a mobile phone sitting on a steering wheel, and she's having a very good gamma jubba, which is chatting away in Georgian. But she's probably talking in the Greeklish, probably. Who knows? She could have been Russian, who knows? But she was chatting away on a mobile phone, which was resting on her steering wheel. But hey, that's quite normal in the world these days, isn't it? No one seems to care. Although, if they catch you in downtown Paphos, you do get a €300 fine. So try not to do it, shall we say. Otherwise, you'll be going on the internet and, well, flexing your flexible friend. Now, talking about that flexible friend, if you're wondering how the channel stays afloat, well, it's all down to you guys, and we do thank you from the bottom of our 2 hearts. Sir Martin, Lady Victoria, your superstars, Kerry and Tony, obviously she's a lady and he's a sir from downtown Cornwall. We thank you very, very much indeed. And obviously you can hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. So if you were to Google Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, up will come the Buy Me a Coffee platform. And if you click on it, you'll go straight through to our About page, where you could choose to buy us that virtual coffee, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever takes your fancy. And of course we'll thank you very, very much indeed. But you can also choose to be what we call a superstar member at only €10 a month, and then it's done automatically, and you know that you're keeping us afloat. You're going to get yourself a special title. You're going to get mentioned over and over, and of course on top of all of that, you will get yourself that little bit closer to Marika and me. And we do thank you from the bottom of our 2 hearts for all the support that you give to the little channel known as Marika and me. You can also fund us via YouTube itself, obviously, where you hit the thumbs up button, that's the like button, that tells YouTube that you like what you see. You can also scroll across and you'll find the shorts, the downloads, and you'll find a heart-shaped button with a little red $sign in the middle. If your name's Lord Derek Scully, we thank you very, very much indeed. And guess what? I'm doing that little bit of Romeo and Juliet in, especially for you. And this one's a nice one. This is a quorum, and it's about 8 inches long. It's a big fat one. Stop it now, Paul. But it is a very, very nice cigar indeed. Only about €12, so it's not too bad. I understand perhaps in Dublin they're a lot more expensive. Certainly in the UK that would be about £40, wouldn't it, Sir Martin? Yeah, you're going to go and frantically Google it now. That's what he's going to do. We're taking a left and we're heading, technically we're in the Old Town, by the way. The Old Town for real is over towards the right. At the bottom here, if we were to go right, we'd go into the Old Town. So if you're looking for the Old Town, that's where it is. This part's had a bit of a rejuvenation. New roads, new pavements. They're putting these metal posts up and down the pavements. God knows what. They're just making parking that a little bit more difficult. Now you've got to squeeze in between the poles. Terrible. And also, if you want to go parking in and around Paphos now, you need what's called the Smart app, the Smart Parking app. So you need to download that onto your mobile phone, and then you need to pay each time via the app that you want to park. Or I've been told you can pay 25 euros. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 25 euros a month, every month, obviously, on a direct debit by your plastic friend, straight to the Gumbaru number 1 for Donis. And of course, then you can park anywhere, whenever you want. Well, not anywhere, you know what I mean, in the proper car parks, isn't it? You can't just park on a pavement like those two guys over there, but you can, can't you? Now, talking about cigars, if you want a great cigar shop, just coming up here, right on the left now, that is the Habanos Specialist, and that is a cigar shop. All it sells is cigars. They start off at around about €5 for the smaller ones, and then they rapidly ramp up to around 12, 15 euros, and then before you know it, you're on 30, 40, 50, 60 euros a cigar. And if you really want to splash out the cash, I think the most expensive one is 200 something euros. So there we go. Perhaps next time when Sir Martin is in town, he can leave Lady Victoria in the old town, pop in there and spend some of his cash, and then I'll help him to smoke them in the downtown Paphos promenade. And you never know, Lady Tracy might join in and tonk on the end of a cigar as well, while she's frantically raving it up in the Flares bar. And you never know, Marinos, the man in pyjamas, might join her for a dance or two. Alpha Mega supermarket is on the left, and just down here, as promised, is the Paphos Mall. See, it's confusing now, isn't it? So this one is that one at the top of town is called the Neon Paphos Mall, and this one is called the Kings Avenue Paphos Mall. But this one is the biggest at the moment, and well, who knows, probably the best if you want to go shopping. But if you want to go for a coffee, I believe the Neon Mall is much easier, because you can literally park downstairs, go up the escalator, straight into the coffee shop, sit there, do your stuff, play with your YouTube videos and all those kind of things, and before you know it, you're back in your car and you're on the road again. And of course, that's what it's all about, isn't it? So here we are at the Neon, I'm getting confused myself, you see, we're at the Paphos Mall roundabout. So we're at the start of the Tomb of the Kings Avenue. So we're going to take a right and head out towards Paya, because that's where we're actually going to go. Not in this video, but if you come back for the next one, I've got no doubt that we'll be waltzing down the main streets of Paya, if you can, because they're all dug up. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course, if you do like what you see, all you've got to do is hit the like. Doesn't cost you a single penny. All you've got to do is hit that subscribe button. Again, doesn't cost you a single penny, but it does tell YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend it to like-minded smart people like yourself. Thanks for watching. We're on Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and there's a lot of little restaurants and cafes around here. That's the Princess Victoria Hotel complex there, and of course, if your name is Sir Trev and there's a girl in your life called Lady Denise, that's where you like to hang out. And it was a great honour and a pleasure to sit and chat with you, and of course we'll be seeing you again very soon indeed. And all I can say is Willie Eckers like. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again very soon indeed.